like they'll do my nails or they'll do my lashes or, they'll grab my kids from school for me if I need them to. It's like we help each other out. So I'm not always getting money.
Do I look like I was born yesterday?
This mother just tried to skip child support, and when the judge heard of this, she wasn't having any of it.
In the home, do you know how much money she makes roughly on average a month?
Well, I know she charges about 300 to 400 depending on the length of your hair. And she normally on the weekend do at least 3 to 4 heads.
Okay.
So I would say on an average, if we just do the low end of it, she probably makes about $1,200.
So here's the story. A mom moved in with her mother 3 years ago, promising to get back on her feet, but instead, she let her mom pick up the slack for everything.
A month, plus she would pay $275 a month, so I'll put her kids in insurance.
Okay.
And since she's been there, she may be giving me a total in 3 months of $200. It's always some excuse.
Seriously, how entitled do you have to be to live rent-free for years and still not pay your way? She had no shame asking her mom to cover everything while she barely chipped in.
For you and the kids, I'm buying the food, paying the electricity. I'm the one get up and take them to school in the morning while she sleep.
Imagine asking your mom to pay for everything while you go out with your friends and live your life. I can't even. At some point, she had to realize it was time to grow up.
You their grandmother, you supposed to do that.
Oh.
And I told her I ain't supposed to do a darn thing. I ain't had no twins.
Okay.
But I love my grandkids, so I hate for them to be without just because their mama is trifling.
And then she had the nerve to say this. Like, excuse me? No one signed up for that.
I know what you're saying. It's plenty of grandmothers come in this court feel exactly the same way that you do. I just ask that, you just be respectful to one another.
Yes, ma'am.
It's funny how she thought she could avoid responsibility for so long. The court came down hard, and rightfully so. She needed a reality check.
I let her move into my house 3 years ago, and she got 2 twin boys. She does nothing to support. Our agreement was that she would pay $400.
We never had no agreement.
You'd think that after living with her mom for 3 years, she'd at least offer to help out a little more. But nope, just more excuses. Unreal.
Grandchildren. And I went ahead and ordered that you pay child support because based on your testimony, you'll be moving out in a couple of months anyway. So there we are. Do you have any other questions?
Karma showed up at the court hearing. She thought she could just skate by, and now she's got child support payments to deal with. She should have stepped up a lot sooner.
I love dearly, but she is one lazy, sorry, using person.
What is
You know
she
what I'm
doing?
saying? So she didn't have to. I let her move into my house 3 years ago, and she got 2 twin boys. She does nothing to support.
It's wild that it took going to court for her to realize she had to contribute. Her mom had been doing everything for her and the kids for years.
She couldn't pay. And I told her, I'm on a fixed income, and I'm doing all this for you and the kids. I'm buying the food, paying the electricity. I'm the one get up and take them to school in the morning while she sleep.
If your mom is paying for everything for your kids, it's time to stop making excuses and step up. She had the chance to make things right, but instead, she tried to dodge it.
You live for free. She's been allowing you to do it for 3 years. She pays for everything for your children. She feeds your children. She takes them to school.
It's crazy to think that someone would be so comfortable freeloading off their mom, especially when they're earning money. This mom could have done better if she had just pitched in.
We're going to not name call either, okay? I understand I understand your emotions are high. It's not a problem. I understand.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
I understand exactly how you feel. I know what you're saying. It's plenty of grandmothers come in this court feel exactly the same way that you do.
Honestly, at this point, I'm not even sure the daughter fully understands how bad she's been. She keeps deflecting blame and acting like she hasn't done anything wrong. It's wild.
But it's been 3 years, and I don't think she's looking for any place to stay, Your Honor.
All right?
I don't think she has looked at all.
How do you live rent-free for 3 years, let someone else take care of your kids, and still act like you're in the right? Some people have no self-awareness.
And I think she may have paid $200 one time, and that's it.
All right. Are
And
the
then
children on
you
health
know-
insurance or anything?
3 years living in your mom's house, and she can't even pay $400 a month? If I were her mom, I'd be done with the excuses.
$400.
We never had no agreement. We
Excuse
ain't
me.
never had no
$400
agreement.
Excuse
on
me.
rent.
Hold on 1 second, Miss Faye Foster.
The worst part was her saying she didn't need to pay her mom because it wasn't an agreement. Well, how about some respect for your mom, who's been doing everything for you and your kids?
Saying all of that, but let me ask you a question. Just to fill in the gaps, right? So is it true what she said that you're supposed to give her $400?
No.
When it's your own mom doing everything for you, the least you could do is chip in where you can. But no, she's making excuses instead.
Do you have insurance on these kids? And she said, I can't afford it. So I said, well, they need insurance. They playing sports and stuff, and they get sick, and we don't have out of public. So I got insurance, and she agreed that she would pay me back each month what I had to pay for insurance.
Her mom was literally covering rent, food, insurance, and the kids' sports. Meanwhile, the daughter couldn't even spare $400 a month. That's pure disrespect.
Pay their fees, and I give it back to you, but I never get it back.
She lives in the home. Does she actually live there, or does she just sleep there and she lives somewhere else?
No, she lives there, and she sleeps somewhere else.
It's just disappointing to see someone let their parent carry them and their kids for so long without lifting a finger. She could have done so much better.
How much money do you make a year?
At this point, probably around about 25.
25,000?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You actually make more than that because we're going to deem that braiding as income. Now, she said you make about $1,200 a week. Is that true?
That is not true.
She had a job, she was braiding hair, but still wasn't willing to pay a dime. She probably could have saved the money she made on the side if she tried.
She's lying. She's telling half truths and sitting over there in her Christian outfit like everything she's saying is the gospel. Yes, me and my children did move in with her 3 years ago, but what she didn't say was, it's because I had a tragic divorce with my ex-husband
It's tough to respect someone who takes everything for granted, especially when their parent is doing all the hard work for them. The daughter needed that court order to snap her into reality.
my mother said that it was cool for us to come and stay with her while I get things together.
The fact that her mom was doing everything and the daughter couldn't even be bothered to help out is the definition of entitlement.
Any agreement for you to give her any money to financially support your children?
She said to
No, that was a yes or no.
not in that way.
I don't even know what was worse, the fact that she wasn't paying child support or the fact that she thought it was fine to not help with her own kids.
And she's not telling the full story how it is. It was never an agreement on a dollar amount of being able to help. It's just do what you can when you can.
So
She honestly thought she could just coast on her mom's generosity forever. When the court got involved, the reality hit hard, and rightfully so.
Her, the one that was talking about, oh, that's not a good place for my grandbabies. You don't need to take them over there. And, I worry about y'all's safety over there, and that's too far, and that'll be taking them out of their environment.
So are you, and please just stop beating on the table.
I'm sorry.
All of that is not
sorry.
necessary. I can assure you
I'm
it's
sorry.
not.
It's crazy how someone can live in someone else's house and not help out, but she was so quick to make excuses. She had no sense of responsibility.
Insurance, and she agreed that she would pay me back each month what I had to pay for insurance.
How much do you pay for the children only?
The children only is $275.
Her mom was paying for everything, even the health insurance, and she still couldn't get her act together. What does it take for some people to realize it's time to step up?
Children with her.
I mean, she knows what the situation is. I mean, when I was working, which she knows at this point that there was a huge layoff because of COVID and why I started doing hair in the first place to try and make amends.
I know we all have our struggles, but when you're making money and still not helping out, it says a lot about your character. Her mom was just trying to help, but the daughter was taking advantage.
Own children, ma'am. Excuse me, I'm speaking. It's $754. It's what's in the best interest of the children. These are your children, not your mother's children. These are her grandchildren. And I went ahead and ordered that you pay child support because based on your testimony, you'll be moving out in a couple of months anyway.
The kids need their mom to step up. If she keeps freeloading off her mom, how is she teaching them about responsibility? This needed to be settled in court.